Hello and welcome to Studio 306 Collective. I'm Anna, I'm the jewellery tutor here, and today I'm going to show you how to make a bead cluster pendant. And this is a cluster pendant. I'm wearing one here and this is another one. It's choosing a variety of beads and making sure they hang in the right way to make a nice pendant. The tools that you need will be a pair of round-nosed pliers, pair of sniped nose pliers which are flat on the inside, and a pair of snips for cutting the wire. So you're going to choose a large bead first of all to put on as your feature bead at the bottom. I'm going to choose this one. Thread it onto your head pin, and then maybe a little coloured one on top of that to bring out the colour a bit. Like that. Then you need to snip your head pin about 1 centimetre above the bead. So I'm going to snip it like so, just holding on to that so it doesn't flick off anywhere. So I've got that, I will come back to that later. Then with your round nose pliers at the end of the wire, you're going to start turning. Slide the pliers back, turn a bit more, slide the pliers back, turn a bit more until you've got a circle like that. You can see it's off to one side, so we want to centralise it and putting the pliers in the hole and tweaking it back. The very important thing with any bead that you thread is that it must touch the wire when you've turned it around. If you leave a gap, you're going to lose beads, it's going to fall off your necklace, and it's not going to look very good. So that's your first central bead. So I'm going to select now some beads that I think might look nice at the sides of the big central one and work with those. I'm trying to think about my colour theme and what might look nice together. I've got some quite nice sort of browny wine coloured beads. Maybe they'd be nice inside and those on the edge. Roughly, and then I'm going to choose some little beads as we go so that they're going to hang nicely. So, head pin again through one of the side beads that I've chosen. If you find, when you pull your head pin through, if you find that the hole is too big, for example like this bead, goes straight through, you'll need to choose a little bead to block it, like that. For this one though, it's fine. It's going on. I'm going to cut 1 centimetre again above it, holding on to that bit, keeping that on one side, and then do the same thing with the round nose pliers, moving them around, closing that up, and then tweaking it back. So that one's ready now as well. I'm going to do the same with this one. And turn that one round. Now, the important thing to think of at this point is how it's going to hang from your ring at the top. So it could be, this one I just have to open with the flat pliers and my hands and tweak it open so that I can thread the beads on. If I was to thread that one on like that and that one on like that, you could do that. That would be a nice small one, but I think I'm going to try and make it a bit longer. Not maybe quite as long as this sample one, but longer than just the one bead. So with the bits that I've snipped off, I'm going to make a circle on one end as I did before, tweak it back, and then I'm going to thread another smaller bead on. So it's got a circle that end. I'm going to do the same, cutting 1 centimetre this end and making a circle this end. So this bead has a circle either end. I then open it out. Always when you're opening the circle you've made, open it to the side, not open upwards. So when you then thread your bead on, you can then close it and it should close again tight. So now I've got a bead hanging from another bead, and that is going to go on my top circle bead. Circle there. So that's the start of it. These beads I want to hang in that gap. If I just put them on now, they'd stick right out to the side. I want them to go there, so I need to lower it slightly, don't I? With maybe a smaller bead, or if you've got another small jump ring, you can use that. So I'm opening that out, oops, threading that on there, closing that up, and threading that on there. And that's almost in the gap, maybe a little bit more length. So if I want a little bit more length, I might use a small bead. So I've got another bit of wire here. I'm going to choose a small bead, really quite small, and do the same circles. One at that end, push the bead down, cut a centimetre, and another ring. So let's try that on the other side. If you can do them tight, that's a little bit loose. So I might need to just make my circle a little bit bigger to make that sit tight. There you go. So that one is now going to have this one hanging from it. And let's see where that hangs. That's more where I want it to hang. So as you can see, I've now put another bead on the other side, so that it hangs in that gap there. So we're now going to just put another little bead just in these two positions to finish it off. So there'll be 5 pieces hanging from there. So I've got a pin, another head pin. I'm going to thread a little bead on there. That's going to look quite nice, but I think it just needs a little to hang a little bit lower, so I'm going to put another little bead on top. Okay, so same again, snip 1 centimetre, turn the top around, tweak it back, and that should hang nicely on there. Oops. In fact, I'm going to put it on that side because it's going to hang better in that gap. Yeah? So you can see I've kind of selected colours that go together. So we need one more little bead for that side, and I've done one already to hang there. And then I'm going to close this ring up. So again, with the flat pliers, taking the side of the ring, I'm going to close it up to there. It's quite hard, this ring, so I'm going to squeeze the 2 bits together. And the very important thing there is not to have a gap in the ring. So that's your cluster, and then we have another ring so that it's going to hang the right way on the chain. Another of the large rings. Thread that through, close it up, and then we're finally going to thread our chain through. And there I have my cluster pendant. And the nice thing with the bead cluster is they move. When you wear them, they move. They might overlap in different ways. So that's a small one. The one that I showed you before is larger, so you can be more complicated and hang more beads from beads. But again, it's 5 pieces that are hanging from the ring at the top, and that is about the limit. So have a look in your jewellery drawers, see if there's a broken old bracelet, or you can buy bags of mixed beads for decent amounts of money, and have a go. Thank you for watching, and good luck with your making. If you need more information, please look through our website, and you can also follow us on Instagram or Twitter. Thank you.